It gets to a point where motivation is no longer helpful. Imagine a scenario where you want to read, and before you start reading, you have to motivate yourself by reading books, watching self-help videos, by reading motivational books. It gets to a point where those stuffs cannot carry you again, where that motivation can no longer serve as a fuel, and you get tired and break down. And when such a thing happens, imagine how you are going to cope with your studies. My name is Basi Ejogba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science, and in my channel I help students level up the academic game. I share full tips on this channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can help me grow. And in this video today, I'm going to share with you how to study everything with no motivation. It gets to a point where motivation is no longer helpful, but your mindset and the consistency in you loving what you are actually doing, which is your studies. So the first way you can study without motivation is that you have to stop waiting for motivation. How long will you keep waiting for motivation? How long will you keep watching videos? How long will you keep reading books, motivational books, before you study? Imagine using 15 minutes to watch motivational videos or motivating yourself to study. You will have actually used that 15 minutes in your studies as part of your time to study. So you have to stop waiting for motivation. Instead, develop discipline and momentum. Momentum builds over time. So instead of waiting for motivation to start reading for 2 hours, just build momentum by starting to read for 5 minutes. 5 minutes will go to 10 minutes, 10 minutes will go to 15 minutes, 15 minutes will go to 20 minutes. So you just have to stop waiting for the right motivation before you start reading, but instead you just start building momentum. You just have to study. It happens to me a lot of times. I don't feel like studying at that particular time, but the moment you just have to start studying, discipline yourself that I don't have choice, I just have to study. That is just it. And you start building momentum. 5 minutes goes to 10 minutes, 10 minutes goes to 15 minutes, 15 minutes goes to 20 minutes, and stuff like that. Secondly is that you have to make your study easy and automatic. One of the ways you can make your study very easy and automatic is that you have to have a study space. You cannot just tell me that you want to read and you are going to your bed to read. That is sleep. That is another way of saying how I want to sleep. So in order for you to make your study very easy and automatic is that you must have a dedicated space in your room that is meant for your study. A study table and a study chair. So you must have a study space. You must make use of the no distraction rule. The no distraction rule can be that at this particular point in time that I want to study, probably from 7 p.m., is that there must be no distraction. That means no phone calls, no notification. You put your phone, if possible, you switch off your phone. If you are studying with your phone, you put your phone on no disturb mode, you switch off your notifications and stuff like that. So at this particular point in time, you must use the no notification mode. And thirdly is that you must use the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is simply studying in short focus session. That means if you have to study for 5 hours, you study for 25 minutes, have a 5-minute break, and come back and study for 25 minutes. That is what is known as a Pomodoro technique. Also, you must make use of the active learning technique. I've been talking about the active learning technique a lot of times in my video. The active learning technique, first one we have is the active recall. The active recall is simply after you finish reading a particular topic, you close that textbook and see how you can quiz yourself, you can see how you can ask yourself questions on that particular topic. We also have the famous technique. The famous technique is when you finish reading, you form an imaginary audience and try to teach them what you have learned. In the case of you forgetting what you have learned, still have the opportunity of going back to that book and see how you can be able to get it. We also have the space repetition method. The space repetition method is simply reading more in less time. That means you are studying more in less time. This means that if you read a particular topic in a particular subject on Monday, you skip Tuesday, that's spacing, then on Wednesday you can go back to that same subject, but at this particular time you are going back to revise that same topic you did last week or you did on Monday. At this particular time, what is going to happen is that topic is going to be transferred from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. We also have, I talked about building momentum. We also have this the last one, which is the most underrated, is staying consistent. Consistency is always underrated. So at this particular point in time, you don't actually need motivation for your study. What you need is consistency. You must develop consistency that I have studied today, I will study tomorrow, I will study next tomorrow, I will study on Thursday, I will study on Friday. So at this particular time, there is nothing like delaying, or there's nothing like postponing time. You must be very consistent in your study schedules, and being consistent in your study schedules will make it automatically becomes an habit. You understand my point? So you must stay consistent and track your progress. See how far you have gone. Okay, on Monday I was able to study for 1 hour. Write it down. On Tuesday I was able to study for 1 hour 30 minutes. Track your progress. See how far you are going, and start with small wins. Make sure you celebrate your wins. You don't just have to say, okay, I want to start reading for 5 hours and stuff like that. So you can say, I want to read for 1 hour 30 minutes and stuff like that. Start with your small wins. And lastly is that you have to forgive yourself for the bad days. For any day, for example, you say, okay, I want to make it a habit to read every day of my life, and peradventure you were not able to read on Tuesday. You don't have to feel bad. You understand? You know it's something you're starting up with, so you don't have to feel bad. You have to forgive yourself for their bad days, and make sure you make it up by studying the next day. You must make sure you track your progress, start with small wins, and reward yourself for every progress you have made, for every milestone you have been able to cover. So this is just how you can be able to study actually with no motivation. It's simply by stop waiting for motivation, needing discipline and momentum, making study easy and automatic, the active learning technique, and staying consistent. Drop it in the comment section which of these tips you are going to try right away. And if you love this video, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, and also share this video to your friends so that they can comment and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you. Thank you.